gonna lie. You can think because we're gonna get this on camera. You can think Nash is better than IT, but there's just like
That's how we're gonna start
he
the
just
episode.
doesn't do. He just doesn't do nothing other than shoot free throws better than Chris Paul. Nothing.
No. I say it was Curry, Magic, Paul, Nash, IT. That's my 5 right there.
Oh, okay.
I'm
with that, I guess.
No.
I think Russell Westbrook is greater than Steve Nash.
Yeah, I would put Russell Westbrook 5. At this point,
you just can't average a triple-double for.
At this point, if the Big O was ever close to 5 for you, 5, 6, or 7, Russell Westbrook just has to be right there. He just did what he did in a way harder time.
6 or 7, if we're gonna do it, but I don't know.
Fun fact, chat. Shout out to y'all. Episode 28. We started off with a slight top 10 PG rant because we're gonna do our top 10 players of all time in this podcast. We're gonna start from 10, go one by one until we end up at 1. Shout out to my boy Raptor, Jay Bridges, Cameron Major. Follow them on everything. Jay Bridges _Jay Bridges on TikTok. Cam Major 0109. And we talk hoops on TikTok.
Posted today.
He posted the drafts. And Rap thoughts, quality NBA posts from all 3. You know what I mean? Let's get right into it. We're going to start with 10. And I'm going to start. We're going to go Jay Bridges and I'll be last. So Jay Bridges, Cameron, Raptor, me. Jay Bridges, who you got at the 10 spot king?
Hold on. Should we do honorable mentions first?
Oh, yeah. Honorable mention.
Oh, yeah.
Jay Bridges, go ahead.
Set the street ablaze real quick.
My honorable mentions are Bill Russell.
How you gonna forget him?
Huh?
How you gonna forget about who I think you're about to mention?
What are you talking about?
Wait, just go ahead. Just finish.
Bill Russell. I think. No. Bill Russell, Hakeem.
Yes, sir.
And let's say
you got to throw KG in there for the impact merchants.
I feel like KG being our mentor for top 10 is too much. But yeah, I'll think of somebody else for some honorable mentions. But yeah, that's my honorable mentions. But at 10, it is Stephen Curry. This is my 10th best player of all time.
Okay.
Steph Curry.
Cameron,
right.
Your honorable mentions?
I know my honorable mentions is Hakeem. I don't rank people who play during segregation, so Bill, Jerry West, none of those guys are in there. But really Hakeem, that's the only person I feel like I would say you could say is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then my 10 spot, hold up, I need to find my top 10 players all time.
By the way, honors sidebar. So I appreciated Russ in a post that y'all should check out. Funny Fat Boy on TikTok, check me out. Dudes, this person said 75% of games Russ wins when he records a triple-double is a cherry-pick stat because he's been on good teams his whole career.
He ain't been putting up triple-doubles when he had good teams.
That's one, and he hasn't been on good teams his whole career. So that's
not true.
Are we calling the 2017 Thunder good?
Are we calling his team now good?
I guess. But anyway,
Some Raptor, go ahead so I can find my list.
Oh yeah. Honorable mentions. Irvin Magic Johnson, Kevin Durant. You're not gonna see any old people on this list, by the way.
He said if you didn't hear that, he said Magic Johnson is not in his top 10.
If you
don't, son of God, Corey's gonna burst into flames.
If you don't see any old people on this list, if you never saw a 3-point line in your career, you're just not going to be ranked ever by me. It just isn't fair to you. Isn't fair to people that are currently playing. I'm just not going to put it. And Magic continues to just drop down rankings for me. So and my 10th spot is going to be Stephen Curry, just like Jay. So
my honorable mention is my only honorable mention is between, I don't know, man. My honorable mention might have to be Hakeem Olajuwon at this point.
Yes, sir. Jump on the train. Pause.
Like,
Pause.
Because my honorable mention is either one of these three: Hakeem Olajuwon, Stephen Curry, or KD. And as much as I love Hakeem in terms of greatness, the way I rank it, his I want to say his lack of accolades, but the fact that, you know, Curry did what he did and KD's been doing what he's doing, it's just tough to keep him on the list. So it's either Hakeem, it would either be Hakeem or Steph. That would be my honorable mention. It sucks because Hakeem has what, 2 rings, and doesn't he have 2 Finals MVPs or 1?
2.
Two rings, 2 Finals MVP, and I think he might have 2 MVPs.
and he was the
No,
second
he wasn't.
throughout all of them.
And Hakeem has I think Hakeem has one of, if not the best MVP season behind like Westbrook. Well, Hakeem's MVP season was crazy. It was like 20, 28, 11, damn near 3 blocks, something like that.
Yeah.
So AD, that's crazy.
Yeah, but AD should have an MVP basically.
I'm dead.
So, and that team, man, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Steph as my honorable mention for now. I think Steph will prosper. That Finals MVP that he doesn't have really fucks him over, and it's not even his fault that he doesn't have it. You know, shout out to Iguodala. But man, I would have to go Steph as my honorable mention here. Stephen Curry. Well, damn. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Hakeem my honorable mention. Fuck it. Like, fuck with you. I'm breaking up with you. Fuck it. Fuck it. Hakeem, fuck you. You ain't never heard that TikTok sound?
No, what the hell was that?
All right. Jay Brittis 10 is what, Steph?
Yes.
Give us a quick explanation as to why. Just real
Bro,
quick.
I have Steph at 10 as well.
Steph at 10 is, well, let's start with the honorable mentions. Well, Steph is at 10, and Hakeem is not on the list because he's the greatest shooter of all time, best shooter of all time. The records, the 3-point records is crazy. The what's it called? Efficiency is crazy. His ability is crazy. One of the only point guard to prove in the modern era to be able to be the guy and get it done. Well, there's an asterisk by it simply because 2015 is, even though we know what happened in 2015. And then his other 2 rings, he just had, you know who, so. But yeah, that's why.
2015, the point guard better than him just got hurt, but.
All right. Cam, who you got at 10?
Curry, well, because and Hakeem's not on the list because, like Jay said, the 3-point records, hold up. The 3-point records are just a lot. And then he just, like, the way that he changed the game. And then the 4, he has 4, right? 4 championships?
No, 3.
3. Then 3 championships, and then his unanimous MVP season. And yeah, he just has more, and he's better than Hakeem.
Yeah. There's not a lot of point guard. I mean, there isn't a point guard better than him, in my opinion, but on all time, there's just somebody greater than him all time. You could argue, I wouldn't say that, but you can say that.
You
All
want
right.
Magic's greater than him, so why is Magic not in your honorable mention?
Well, I think he's greater than him in terms of like a player, but I don't think he's better.
Oh yeah, it's not.
But when we rank player by player, I feel like your skill becomes a little bit more important than an all-time list because
Yeah,
greatness kind of holds a little bit more weight. It's turned bit. Jacob, who you got at 10, my boy?
I had Curry at 10, greatest point guard peak of all time, insane efficiency, best point guard season of all time. One of the best.
Better than Russell Westbrook's peak?
Well, I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree. One of the best.
I'd agree as well.
I think he's the best. I think he's a top 3 playmaker of all time, just based off of what he does off ball alone. As Jay said earlier, he's one of the only point guards that's ever been able to prove it. Yes, there's an asterisk behind it, but he's one of the only ones that's been a first option on a championship team. And we're what now? We're year 7 into him being this elite player that's been top 5 in the league.
I wouldn't say he's one of the first ones, but he's one of a very small company.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah.
He's the first one that was a.
No, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
But was he the primary scorer on the team?
I mean, Isaiah Thomas was like 24.
Yeah, he was the first option for Solely.
Oh no, they traded for somebody that averaged like 27 the year before he got there.
But he didn't play like that.
He didn't play like that.
He was still a scorer, but he didn't average like he took a back seat.
The difference between them two is we just know how that is.
Yeah, one's just better than the other.
I think that of the people that I'm going to mention here, I think Curry is the only one that legitimately could climb any higher. I think he can make his way up to top 7 or 6 based off of just what he's able to do with the rest of his career. Like we've seen 7 years of elite Curry. If we see 5 more years, it's going to be hard to say that his longevity isn't the best quality of longevity of any point guard we've ever seen.
Yeah. That's very true.
Chris Paul's talking stupid.
I was about to say Chris Paul is just.
But even that,
Paul's got to win something.
I just said
on his way. He on his way to win something.
Longevity. If he gonna mention longevity,
but in terms of quality of longevity, Curry could walk away with 12 years of elite basketball and 3 MVP awards and 3 rings to go alongside that. That's just insane longevity. No offense to Chris Paul. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's the 3rd best point guard in league history. I just don't think he can say that.
Who's 2? Kyrie.
His longevity is like Carmelo. It doesn't really like have much to it. It's just there, which is fine because that's still immaculate.
Well, are you saying there's not much to it because he didn't win anything? Because I think he was.
I think that he is. No point guard has been elite for as long as he is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's not much to it outside of.
But we're saying that but I'm saying at least this: if Curry gives us 5 more years of him being elite, I would take Curry's 12 years of being elite over Paul's 16 years of being really damn good. If you get what I'm saying.
It depends.
I understand. Like
how much Chris Paul Curry puts up those years.
What do you mean? Yeah.
For me, it depends how much Curry. Like if Curry's putting up like 26 out of all those 5 years, then I'm gonna just take Curry.
If he stays above 23,
I'm gonna take.
You just pick Curry. But if he gets to put up Chris Paul numbers, then there's really no reason to pick him, to be honest. But I assume that Curry just shoots too many threes too well to average anything under 22 points.
26, yeah.
Yeah, like he just shoots too well. 10 for me, Steph. I think we all. I don't even have to give my reason because you guys just gave all the reasons that I have. I have nothing left. He's a very handsome man as well. There's that.
Handsome boy. That light skin.
He's handsome. So I can't say anything else. You guys made a great case. I'm just gonna add, he's not ugly, and there you go.
He's one of those. He's got one of those faces that the grandmas like pinch whenever they.
Yeah, word.
So Bill Russell ain't make the cut because he ugly as shit.
No,
I didn't say that.
He's old as shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Bill Russell back in the day wasn't too ugly, but anyway.
Bill Russell not ugly now. He's old.
I ain't gonna lie.
He ain't too shabby.
He doesn't look as old as he is. That's that black don't crack. Mm-hmm.
Black don't crack unless you smoke it.
And all right, Jake, who's 9? Who you got?
This is somewhat interchangeable. Well, actually, no. It's not interchangeable, not so lie. 9 is Kevin Durant for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's interchangeable because in a video that I posted, go check that out a couple months ago, I said that KD has been the second best player since 2011.
I will humbly disagree with you right there.
Second best player in the league since 2011.
Kobe Bryant was just in the league. Like
2011, I wouldn't take Kobe over KD 2011.
I don't know, man.
I think the discussion became is Kobe top 5? Like
KD,
not if he was the second best player.
Kobe
in
might
2011. I don't know if Kobe is better.
I think it was the same thing with Bron because Bron just got better than Kobe in 2011, 20. Like consensus, like we were like, okay, Bron can be ranked higher than Kobe. So I don't think KD's second year in the league, he's just able to be. You could think he played like he was a better basketball player, but he ain't. Like Kobe put the time in. Like you, and Kobe
didn't KD put up 30 in his second year per game?
Kobe really didn't fall off to about 2013 anyway. He averaged like 27 in 2013.
I would think it's arguable that Kobe was the best in the league in 2011.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was the second best then. I think you could have been like, that's probably going to be the second best player soon. But I don't know if you can say like Kobe hadn't fallen off yet. It would be like almost disrespectful almost.
I didn't say he was falling off.
I don't know if you can call him
2011, he was putting up 25. The Kobe shit. Good shit, Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe was putting up 25 with elite level defense. I don't know if you can. I don't know.
Well, 2011 is just KD's like fourth year. He was putting up 27.
Putting up 20. Yeah, 28. But he had no. His post game was kind of weak, but
yeah, he wouldn't. But I think you can argue that, but I wouldn't if you think that LeBron had just got the torch from Kobe as being the best in the league. I don't know if Kobe went from 1 to 3 by 2011, and KD was the person to kind of snatch the second spot from. I don't know about that, but I mean it's not crazy. I wouldn't think so.
And that would be to me, which is just 10 years of being the second best player in the league. So that's something that Curry can't say. Curry was good in 2014, but before
Curry
he won,
the best player in the point guard.
Curry wasn't the best point guard in the league until he won the MVP.
Yeah, literally.
Serena Williams got hurt.
Yeah. Or he wasn't. It wasn't consensus. There was a time where people would argue tooth and nail about Westbrook just being better.
13-14, Curry wasn't the best point guard in the league.
Chris Paul was the best point guard in the league.
That's what I'm saying. 13-14, KD, Curry was putting up what, like?
That was
20,
when Curry jumped to
23, 24. Like whatever, 6'5", something like that.
The two best point guards at the time, until Steph won his MVP, was Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul. Those were the two people that were like, Stephen Curry kind of got a conversation, but if you said it, everybody would be like, but did you see Russell Westbrook? Okay, great. I'm glad you saw him.
Like, actually, like, no bias. Wasn't Kyrie just better than him in 20?
Well, I mean, he was a better basketball player, but
2014.
The crazy part about Kyrie is like, a lot of people didn't give a fuck about Kyrie till like 2015, because the Cavs were so bad, like they were so garbage. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, but he just wasn't. He didn't win it. He won in peace though. Like Kyrie.
Yeah, they were so shit. Like we all knew Kyrie was probably the coldest nigga with the basketball, but like nobody cared. Like nobody cared because they were just so garbage. Like. You know, like people care, but it was just like, what more can we say? Because they're losing. We're just gonna talk about Kyrie and then be like, well, the Cavs suck, and everybody's like, well, yeah, I guess it's the end of that conversation.
2013, 2014, that was mass Kyrie.
But he was still tough, but it was just like,
mass untucked Kyrie. Boy, the Cavs were pretty fucking garbage. Oh my god.
Like Kyrie was like the epitome of people like feeling like he was getting empty stats because they just couldn't get. They just were so bad. It was so terrible. Like I think the Cavs right now were better than the Cavs when Kyrie had to deal with them. They were awful. But
at least they got Colin Sexton and Darius Garland.
They had a couple. It was really just I can't even remember a player that played with Kyrie.
Dion Waiters.
That's crazy that he played with him. Yeah, it was awful. That was an awful time.
Dion Waiters has a finals appearance.
Wasn't he playing with Anthony Bennett as well?
Yeah, in the starting
Yeah.
lineup.
Kyrie just had it rough. But
the GOAT, man. The GOAT.
Jacob, let's get you. What's number 9 for you? Or are we on 10 or 9?
We're on 9 now. We're on 9. Who I think is the best defender of all time. A man that has a better peak than Tim Duncan and many other players all time.
Anthony Davis?
Funny as fuck.
A dude with insane longevity that's extremely underrated.
I think
Kevin Garnett. Impact merchants will love me for this. The best defender of all time. In my opinion. Guarded 1 through 5. Insane versatility.
So I have a question real quick. How was somebody a top 10 player all time and he was never the best player in the league?
Oh, he was. 2004, he was the best player in the league.
Listen to me, Raptor. Listen to me, Raptor. Listen to me. I was a functional child in 2004. He was never the best player in the league at any point in time.
I'm still putting him 9. But regardless, then
we just have to understand that he wasn't better than Kobe in 2004. He just wasn't. I promise he wasn't. He wasn't better than Tim Duncan, and he wasn't better than Shaq.
Tim Duncan might be arguable.
It really wasn't because it
was his MVP season. It was fantastic. He led a terrible.
Yeah, his MVP season with Tim Duncan. That's probably.
But he was never better. Like people were like, yeah, it was kind of like how Jokic won MVP. Like, yeah, you won MVP, and that's really fucking cool. But you're still not really better than the people that you beat. Like you Kevin Garnett was just who he was. Like
I'm still gonna say though, based off of what I've seen, I think what I've seen defensively, like I've never seen somebody switch onto guards and do what he does against guards for his height, 7 foot, whatever the fuck, 6'12", he would always say. He was from an influence standard. He pretty much led the way in terms of getting drafted straight out of high school. He was the first person to do that. I
just do not think that's true.
Yeah, KG was not better than T-Mac. I'm sorry.
No, but I don't think even think that he
was 95 and KG went first.
Yeah, KG. Yeah, remember because they called KG the big ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the first.
Yeah, he set this up for
I don't
everybody.
know if that's true.
You mean
he wasn't the
first to go number 1 out of high school?
Legit.
Oh, first to go number 1,
or no, first one to be that highly touted and pan out. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought he was the first number 1 out of high school. Period.
Let me look it up really quick. But
I think he's the first number 1 out of high school. But back to what you were saying, Raptor. T-Mac was better than KG in 2004.
That is true. There's a lot of niggas better than him. I think people suffer from they feel like KG didn't get his credit mainly because they were kind of young when KG was elite. So they really only saw Celtics KG. Listen, everybody loved Kevin Garnett. I need people to know, I need the masses to know that he was never underappreciated by a soul. Trust me. Everybody loved him. Everyone. He spent too much time on the team that sucked. He got to a team that won, and he did what he did.
We had a cool conversation yesterday about how winning bias impacts how we view players. And
but his skill bias also wasn't he also wasn't better than people he just wasn't better than back then. He was good though. He was immaculate.
He shot a higher volume and better from the mid-range than Dirk Nowitzki.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki came in the league and wasn't really
the skill to do these things.
Dirk Nowitzki came in the league and wasn't good off the rip.
No, this is peak. This is peak for peak, both of them. Dirk's MVP season, KG's MVP season.
I think KG's better than Dirk.
Well,
yeah, no. I'm just saying.
I think that's fair.
There's that people. If you're gonna say he the skill bias, he didn't have the skill to compete with guys like T-Mac and those guys. You got to admit, KG was so versatile for 2004 that he was shooting better from a guy that we think is just this sniper.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is neither Dirk wasn't the best player in the league at any point either. Like, this is what I mean. I feel like in the top 10, you have to either be one or two. And KG was just never one or two. Ever. It was always Kobe, Shaq, or Kobe. Somebody. KG at his best probably was a top 5 or 10 player, but he was never close to one.
He wasn't better than D Wade.
No, he wasn't. I'm dead ass. He just never was. Like, KG wasn't. How do I put this? Who is KG right now? Where it's like, damn, that nigga's good, but he's just never really been better than like the best players. Oh, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is just like
Anthony Davis is immaculate, but he's just never been better than KD, LeBron. Like, he's just never. And then you got to think, KG was like on a smaller scale, because he's like not. I don't think he's as good as AD, so he was like on a smaller scale. And then AD doesn't have to deal with like other power forwards. He did. Like, he had to deal with like other power forwards.
Probably Dame. Like, you're really good, but you're just not better than these people.
You know who the argument was with KG? It was him or Chris Webber. So that should tell you, like, talent-wise, where he was, like, up until he started winning and up until he started like really like showing that defensively he was way more impactful. It was him or Chris Webber most of the time.
That's actually a really good comparison. I mean,
Chris Webber was really good. And some people thought Chris Webber was better. I think that was like just biased because they were winning more at the time. Yeah, he was on the Kings, but KG was better. But that was the argument. He wasn't touching Tim Duncan. Like, he didn't start touching Tim Duncan until he got off the Timberwolves or the last couple seasons of the Timberwolves, and he got on the Celtics. He didn't even start like that. Didn't even become a conversation, really.
I just think that I look at his 2004 season, and I think that I know you guys are going to disagree. I think statistically and what he did with that team, I think that you can consider that him the best player in the league that year. And I think that he's either 2 or 3 or 4 every year from from 2001 to 2009. Like, he's one of those. He's a top 5 player from 2001 to 2009.
Wait, so you think he's one?
He was not top 5. The moment he hit the Celtics, he was no longer top 5.
He wasn't the best on his team when he hit the Celtics.
That's what I'm saying. No, he was not.
No, defensive standpoint, he was.
Kevin Garnett will tell you right now, Paul Pierce was the best player there.
Paul Pierce was the best player on this.
We gotta stop this garbage. I respect Kevin Garnett. But he wasn't. Listen, because this is where it comes from in people's hearts, and they don't want to admit it. Everybody cared about Kevin Garnett. He wasn't underrated. We do not have to move him onto a list he doesn't belong on because we don't talk about him enough.
No, I do. I don't think I'm not putting him there because I think he's underappreciated. I think he legitimately gets a lot of the praise that he deserves. I just think that pound for pound, I don't think I can disagree, and I can say that I think that he had a better peak than I think Tim Duncan did. I think if you put Tim Duncan, I think if it's portability situation as well, this is more towards the winning stuff. I think if you put Kevin Garnett on those San Antonio Spurs teams, they're going to win the exact same amount of rings, and we're going to be having this conversation about, is Tim Duncan better than Kevin Garnett instead of
and that's true, but unfortunately, that's just not how it happened, and that sucks. And by the way, Kevin Garnett did not get picked number 1; he was number 5.
Yeah, I was saying he was the first guy out of high school that was like prominent enough where like he
didn't go number 1.
No, he went number 5, but he basically like paved the way for guys like Kobe, LeBron to come out of the league because he went before college. He was the first name to come out before college.
But
that's what I was trying to get at, from an influence standpoint, at least.
I think his contract was the big thing.
Oh yeah,
it was the contract. His money that he got was like, I think, because people have been getting drafted out of high school. You know who's the first person drafted out of high school, pick number 1? Kwame Brown.
2002, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how he set them screens though? That's a number 1 pick for sure. Yes.
Yeah. But so I get it. I mean, I don't get it because I just feel like we're pulling a Mark Gasol for Kevin Garnett. He was never the second best player in the league, and somehow he's the 9th best player all time, which is weird. Like, someone who is consensus not better than Tim Duncan, Paul Pierce, Kobe, Shaq,
T-Mac, D-Wade.
T-Mac, somehow, like, I'm going to be honest. By Carmelo's third season in the NBA, he was better than Kevin Garnett. And everybody thought that.
LeBron became.
Yeah, LeBron damn near hit the league better than Kevin Garnett. Like, respectfully, D-Wade, same shit. They basically hit the league better than Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was one of those players that could change the. If you add him to your team, he changes everything.
We got to keep going.
Chris Paul became better than KG.
My ninth best player is KD.
Yeah, mine is KD as well. He's just too good.
Kevin Durant. He's just second best player right now. Has been the second best player since I think about 2013, 14.
What best player?
Nobody that scores like him. He's an insane gift. He's basically a gift. I don't care about how his rings stack up against others. None of that matters. Nobody cares. Get over yourself.
Because at the end of the day, he had to be KD. He had to go out there and get 33 points a night or they lost.
Because if KD was Robert Covington in that series, they probably just wouldn't have won.
No.
He had to be Kevin Durant.
Which is an extremely hard thing to do, to be the second player in the NBA. Arguably the best. At that point, it was just arguably the best player in the NBA. That's when people started really arguing.
Yeah. So that's what I think. Kevin Durant 9, I feel like that's simple. All right. Jay Bridges, who you got at 8?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. Hold on.
My top 10 is like etched into my brain.
Mine is too. I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Magic.
I think that's respectable.
He's not that good. So that's why he's that low.
Son of God Corey is literally gonna be enraged at this here.
Like OG said, Magic, you weren't that good.
I gotta say something too. I really didn't know he meant like phenomenal because he didn't say it. So that was kind of out of context, but he didn't say it, so I didn't know.
And now your video got more likes than anything that's ever been posted on his page. So
that shit's almost had 1 million views, and I was laughing when he said. This guy is weird.
You weren't good.
First off,
I had so many people in them comments like, "Oh, you took it out of context trying to slander him." What do you mean? I didn't know. I heard you aren't that good, and I stopped the video and recorded it from that point, because it was so funny. Like I didn't even know. He didn't even say phenomenal in the video, but he said in another video that he meant a phenomenal caster, and I didn't know that. He didn't say that. Like I thought he was just getting on Jalen. Dude, I thought that shit was so funny.
Jalen wasn't that good.
That shit was hilarious when I seen that.
Okay, but I got mine. Well, actually, Matt, is that your explanation? He just wasn't that good.
I mean, simply put, yeah, he won a lot. Created, well, he didn't really create, but he pushed his fast-paced offense in your tall guards. But unfortunately, you're not better than anybody on this list.
I'll make the argument that he made more impact on the way the game is played than Stephen Curry did, because West Coast offense is still a thing right now. High volume threes could go away at any time.
You definitely made a great point.
But Jay Bridges, who you got at 8?
Magic Johnson is just the epitome of Phil Jackson being wrong. Like now that I think about it.
I'm gonna go. God damn it, Magic. You make it hard sometimes, man.
Wait, pause. Wait, what?
No, that's great.
Come on,
oh man.
I don't even want to record no more.
TikTok.
Flip it.
Oh.
That was crazy.
He said,
That was I can't believe he said that. That was crazy. I guess I'll give my number 8 till he gets back. My number 8 is it's Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
I like that.
He's a great center, but in terms of the list and how I rank greatness, in terms of accolades plus skill being on a 50-50 scale, he has all the skill in the world, but at the end of the day, he just Jordan being in his era for so long, he just didn't have a chance to be super successful. You know what I'm saying? But his team was great. One of the best MVP seasons ever. There's really no more explaining, and you can make an argument for him being the best center of all time. I don't know if he is, but you can make the argument as to why he can be.
Yeah, shout out to Basketball Central because he tries to say that all the time.
And I think that's not a bad argument and never will be bad, because he's so damn skilled. He's so good.
100%.
Who? Hakeem?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ridiculously.
I think he was the second best player throughout the entirety of the 90s, but we'll get to him. He's later up on my list. So
I mean, that the thing about that is, your KG take and how you were wrong. You're right about this take though. You're right. That's right. You're not wrong. Like, I think West makes a good point. I think Hakeem fans and KG fans, they want KG to be what they feel like Hakeem was in terms of offensive ability and impact. And it sucks to tell you that he just wasn't that. Like he just, he was a defensive Chris Webber. Really, but that's immaculate. Chris Webber was one of the best power forwards for a pretty decent amount of time.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, I agree.
Jay Bridges, are you back?
Cam sent the text. He's coming back.
Have you collected thyself? His camera's still on.
He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to be seen. Anyways, are we doing numbers still? Because I got mine ready.
On my number 8, I have Tim Duncan.
Same.
Okay. Oh shoot.
What?
Fuck.
What?
What you thinking?
I may have, because then where does Tim Duncan fall for me? Tough. Okay.
I was about to say, you said Hakeem was an honorable mention. Now you saying he's.
Oh no! I think I know. No. Never mind. I'm good. Oh shoot! No, I'm good. Damn.
Yeah. Hakeem, not Hakeem. Tim Duncan, because.
Oh wait, I said Hakeem was an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Oh, that means 8 is Magic. Yes, Magic. My bad. I'm tripping.
8, I have Tim Duncan because he's only so low because he was never better than someone else, and for outside of 97 through 2001, it was the one time he was better, but and then also he's only so low because the center position is somewhat stacked, and shooting guard has some people better than him too. So he's the greatest power forward of all time.
What I will say, this is tangent to what Thing said. It's not not an indictment on KG, but I was listening to Gilbert Arenas today because Amari sent it in the podcast. Raptor, Gilbert Arenas and Dwight Howard, they were KG only played the 4 because he didn't want to guard the 5.
Yeah.
Which is isn't there's nothing wrong with it. It was I never thought about it like that. You just didn't want to guard Shaq every night. That's so understandable.
Yeah. I do think though, throughout most of that decade, it was Shaq, Kobe, KG, Duncan, and then either T-Mac or AI. Those were the 5.
He wasn't even considered to be better than Allen Iverson until Allen Iverson started getting bad.
The hardest part for KG pause for like him not being like, because it's the era that they played in really. Like if
Yeah.
you weren't the number one option on your team, kind of like when you play a bunch of hero ball, you're just not the best on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I argue like KG not being better than Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Because he never he just
I don't
wasn't.
think he was.
Nobody ever thought that. They thought he's the most important player here though. And however you gauge that is how you do. Like, if you feel like him being the most important means that he's the best, I mean, I guess.
Kind of like Draymond in 2016, giving Draymond
Word.
praise. If he wasn't here, you would be good, but you wouldn't be as good.
Yeah. You definitely wouldn't be here in the championship. You definitely would have lost at an earlier point.
Yeah.
But
and I need everybody in Spawn Hour to tag this because I gave Draymond some love.
did you say your number 8, Jacob?
Oh, Tim Duncan. I agree with Jay.
All right, let's go number 7 now.
Wow.
I'll start it out. Number 7 is Magic Johnson. Number 7, I capped. I already said Magic at 8. Number 7 is Tim. Number 7 for me is Tim Duncan.
I got Tim at number 7 too. My reasoning, he's just better than Magic with as much. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to say your guys' reasons are all similar to mine. Greatest power forward. I think he's better than Magic Johnson. His accolades speak for themselves. Blah, blah, blah.
A lot better than Magic, really.
Yeah, they all speak for themselves. Everything he does speaks for himself. If he wasn't on the Spurs, that argument is dead because he's just always on the Spurs. It's really nothing. It doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, because I could just say, what if Jordan was on the fucking Blazers?
Exactly. Like it didn't happen like that, so we can't say that. Do I think that his talent is sometimes overrated? A little bit, but he still was an immaculate talent regardless. That's just kind of nitpicking at him. So 7 is him. Jay Bridges, who you got at 7? Jay Bridges?
I got Magic.
Why you can't?
Yeah.
Right, turn your camera on, you handsome black man.
You handsome.
No, I'm not turning my camera on. Thank you.
Why not?
Why not?
7, I got Magic. I don't like this, man. I feel like there's not a whole lot of argument for Magic over Tim Duncan outside of impact, really, on the game in general. You can't even argue that Magic was consistently the best on his team.
Yeah.
Argue Magic was the best in the league. Well, you can argue. I would just think
he was definitely top 3, but it was all
they're interchangeable. Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, interchangeable. That's how I'll leave it at that.
I would say that too. If you're old, then you could put Magic above him. I don't know.
If you're old, Magic was really good. It's just, I don't know. You kind of look back and you kind of see that some of it was that he was on the Lakers and they were just super popular, and
it's kind of like Lil Wayne. Like, you were the first person we ever did this, and you just think,
yeah. And now there's just so many people who do this better. Like, so many people. It's not fair to kind of put that on him and not really anybody else. I think we do sometimes focus on that with Magic a little more than others, but I mean, it's hard not to when we're dealing with probably the second greatest point guard era, if not the best point guard era of all time.
Second,
right now, definitely is the best point guard era of all time.
Yeah, the 2000s was a really good era for point guards.
I thought they were just putting them at the 2, even though they were the
point guard. But the people really were just like, they're all just point guards. A lot of them are other good too.
I don't think it's close.
I personally
right now, I just don't think it's close. It's crazy right now.
AI was the best in his position, and Kyrie, he's the best in his position. But for the consensus,
anyways, yeah, because you get past the top 10 and you see people like, like Mike Conley and John Moran and Jamal Murray. It's just like, I don't know, 2000s could keep up with that.
I ain't gonna lie, Gilbert Arenas might be smacking the shit out of Mike Conley, really.
I mean, Gilbert Arenas was top 10. I said outside the top 10.
Outside of the top 10.
You said Gilbert Arenas was in top
Roy
10?
top 10? I don't think Brandon Roy was top 10. He was dog.
No, at his position.
That's what I'm saying. Brandon Roy wasn't top 10 in his position, I don't think.
What?
You know Brandon Roy wasn't averaging a lot of points?
I'm
just saying. I said I don't think.
I'm surprised you just said that. And it's
not like Brandon Roy's ability to score was like his ability to score, but like
Brandon Roy was absolutely top 10 in his position.
He was top 10 in his position.
That's crazy.
His position. Who was better?
He played shooting guard, didn't he? There was a lot of shooting guard at the time.
I can't think of nine.
I can't
Brandon Roy.
Better than him.
Those like
when did he come to the league?
4 years he played. I just can't think of 9 people that were better.
Guard. What year did he play?
He played from 06, 07.
Brandon, Jacob, give your 7. Or give your number 7.
Mr. Bird.
Okay. That's respectable. Why Larry Bird? Why him so low? I feel like he's a little low.
Top 3 peak, but had a lot of postseason drop-offs. Good quality of longevity, but just not long enough. Pause. That kind of stuff. I mean, he's a great offensive skill set. I think he's one of the rare players from like the 80s and 70s that would actually survive in today's league.
You think that he dropped off because I feel like Larry Bird's drop off isn't a little fair.
I don't think that in the postseason, there were some times in the postseason where he didn't show up, and I think he had a really stacked team a lot of those times that like helped him along the way, which like he wouldn't show up, but everybody else on his team would. That's not discrediting what Larry does either. I think Larry Bird has some of the best regular season peaks of all time in 1986 and other years like that. I just say he's 7 for that reason. You go.
My rebuttal for that is Curry could like give like 25 and like they'll win the game by 30.
Yeah.
It's just like the way that his team, like that team was just really damn good.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to say like some days he didn't show up, like he didn't really.
But the times that Curry lost in the finals, like it was because of injuries more than anything else, or just like Draymond's suspension.
Well, the one time that he lost in the finals of 2016, he had arguably actually, I will say this: he had the worst drop off for a superstar in the finals ever.
Yeah,
probably in playoffs.
Kyrie was doing that.
There's a reason why he isn't higher on my list. I think that really hampers his career, and I think it's kind of that same with Larry. There's a couple finals losses where Larry just was like gone.
What against?
Not like necessarily gone, but gone for like a superstar of his talent, who I think was the best player throughout most of the 80s.
I don't know if Larry Bird had a finals where he averaged 20 points on like 40% from the field.
He had some pretty rough.
I don't know.
I don't think Larry Bird has had a completely bad series, but he's had bad games. Could have
been better.
He's had bad games. Now there was a game where he averaged like 12, or where he scored like 12 points. He played like horrible. But I feel like that's warranted for anybody.
Yeah, in 85.
Okay, but this Brandon Roy question though. I just have a question. Now I'm gonna say 3 names, and this will determine what you guys think. Was he better than Joe Johnson in 2008?
Joe Johnson's small forward.
Well, in 2008, he was listed as a shooting guard. Is he better than Joe Johnson?
But he just wasn't a shooting guard.
He played shooting guard in 2008, though. He did.
2008. Was he not on the Atlanta Hawks?
And he played. I'm looking at it right now. He played shooting guard. He played SG. I'm literally looking at SG. I'm looking at it.
I'm telling you, he didn't play shooting guard though.
I'm looking at it. He played shooting guard.
All right, we'll say this for the end of the episode because this might.
Well, I'm just gonna ask. I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, yes. From 2008 to damn near 2013, he played shooting guard. So that being said, is he better than Joe Johnson, Brandon Roy in 2008? I would say no. Hawks, Joe Johnson. I don't think Brandon Roy is better than him.
No.
Detroit Pistons, Rip Hamilton.
Yes.
I don't know about all of that.
Yeah. 2008, yeah.
And the last person, because this would make Brandon Roy arguably 10. So you think he's better than Richard Hamilton, which I don't think so, but I feel like that's fine. He wasn't better than Manu Ginobili. I just feel like that just has to be consensus that Brandon Roy was not better than him. And those are 8, 9, and 10. Nah, come on, Jay Bridges, that's cap.
Joe Johnson, I'm telling you, Joe Johnson wasn't playing the 2 though. That's all I'm saying.
He was though. Nigga was playing the 2 for damn near 10 years.
Nigga, Joe Johnson is big.
He was
Joe Johnson was not playing the 2, bro.
That's okay. He was playing the 2. It's okay. I promise it's fine. He was playing the 2. You know, he played small forward career, and actually he didn't. He played 1 year small forward in Phoenix, and then never played it again until he ended up in Brooklyn.
You wasn't watching the games, bro.
Anyway.
Now I'm dead ass.
Anyways, man, he was playing shooting guard, and that's okay.
Bro wasn't playing shooting guard.
That's okay.
What are we at next?
Yeah, because their small forward was that one nigga. It was not Marvin Williams. It was him and some nigga named Maurice were playing small forward.
Maurice was playing. Maurice was like 6'6". Maurice Evans was like 6'6". He was playing shooting guard.
It says here he was listed at SF, baby. But anyway, number 6. Larry Bird.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
What the fuck? What, Jay?
What, nigga? Are you serious?
Like I said, them KG fans and the Hakeem fans, they're like this. Like they
Impact.
What?
They love it. Like
Impact, boy.
Love me some Hakeem Olajuwon. Second best defender of all time. Second best player throughout all of the 90s. Best player for 2 years only because this dude retired to go play AA baseball.
you can argue that Clyde Drexler was arguably better than him.
Stop
Early 90s.
Early
90s.
Clyde
Early
Drexler.
90s.
Early 90s, you can argue it. Late 90s, late 90s, when bro was swinging for them halfway dingers.
Yeah, he was over with.
You could give it to him, but early 90s is arguable. I don't really care. Early 90s is arguable.
That was my first Hakeem argument in Spawn Chat, and I think me and Raptor were arguing. I was like, "Yeah, Clyde was better than him in
That one got me because Clyde Drexler. You guys talk so much about Magic not having a left hand, and Clyde Drexler would get those screens.
He put a Jamal Murray. Let's run in a circle.
Oh, I'm dead.
Hey, the only thing about Clyde though is you just couldn't stop his strong hand. You can stop Magic's strong hand.
Yeah, in the half court, Clyde was kind of useful.
Yeah.
Magic just can't stay the same.
Hakeem is a 2-time MVP,
Back to back.
2-time Finals MVP.
You know how Raptor feels about 2-time MVP.
The most impressive. Jay, I'm heading out of here. Hey, it's been real, everybody.
He said it's been real.
One of the most impressive postseason runs ever. He's the lowest seed to ever win a playoff series.
Let's talk that shit, though. No, I'm done talking about that. Clyde Drexler was immaculate. That team was good. I'm so done with that shit.
It was good. But they still had to go from the 2 seed to the 3 seed.
They went 22-0. They were better than everybody. Like, I'm so sick of that. They lost. They did not. I think they went like 20-0 in the beginning of the season.
Who were they playing? Well, who was the teams that were better? Not quote better than them.
The Bulls?
No, in the West. In the West.
Nobody. That's the whole point. It was the Jazz, maybe.
In the seeding, it was for sure the Jazz. I don't know.
No, one of those they were the 5th seed or the 6th seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I remember watching a Rockets documentary, and Hakeem and all of them said, like, we won our first ring, and we thought the second ring was just going to be handed to us because they knew they were the best team in the league.
Yeah, they were the best. Like their seeding,
they knew, but they weren't giving it 100%. Like
they were.
Bottom line, though, Hakeem for 2 years in the 90s was the first player in the league, best player in the league. Was for the other 6 or 7 years, the second or third best player in the league. Like, this man has insane longevity, the best peak of any center of all time.
Well, Embiid's just better than him, but
Hey, we're not talking.
Does he really have insane longevity?
We're on skill over legacy, and I'm talking about skill. We're on skill over legacy. We're talking about legacy right now. How does that make you feel, Zay? How does that make you feel? No,
Hey, we're talking all time. It is what it is. It's, you know, we have to include it. It's skill over legacy, not legacy sucks. Period. You know what I mean?
And, I mean, there's just. I think Hakeem has an argument to be the 4th best player of all time. I think it's a little blasphemous, but I'm just not going to agree with that kind of stuff. But
you know I'm not the biggest Curry supporter, but I find it very hard to believe you can say Hakeem is better than Stephen Curry.
oh, I can.
So when did he win his first championship? Was it 1994, 95, or 93, 94?
95, he won both.
94, 95.
Raptor, I'm about to catch you in a mean ass loophole real quick. I'm about to catch you in 4K.
Let's run it. I'm ready.
Why is Hakeem better than Curry?
Insane peak. Insane defender.
Mm-hmm.
Did things at the post that we had never seen done at the level that he did it.
So the same exact logic you're using
For Curry.
For Curry versus Hakeem.
Yeah.
When I say that AD is better than Curry, why is there an issue?
Because it's a completely different thing.
Okay, so why?
Because Hakeem's got what now? I think Hakeem has had 12 to 14 years of being elite when you look at his career.
No, okay. Let me ask you this, because you said insane peak.
You said insane defense.
Well, no. I'm not.
No, I'm ready.
You said insane peak, right? Let's see. Let's just say like 2 season, like a 2-season stretch, because AD's in and out of injury, right? So if we go a 2-season stretch, right? Oh shit, my computer tweaking. You take Hakeem's the best consecutive 2 years, and I'll do Anthony Davis.
Well, Hakeem Olajuwon from 92, 93 to 96, 97, which is considered his peak, was the best defender in the league, averaging 26 points a game.
I just didn't know 19 and 92 and 96 were consecutive.
Pretty damn true. Good true.
I could be tripping though.
Oh,
I
shit.
think he meant 1992 through 93.
96.
Yeah.
Those are his best consecutive.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I was saying for a 5-year peak, though, from 5-year peak to 5-year peak.
All
I
right.
think that Magic and Curry are comparable. I think they both have top 5 peaks, along with guys like MJ, Bron, Curry, Bird, Olajuwon. Those are my top 5 peaks of all time.
Oh yeah, you measure peaks differently than we do.
Man, listen, man. Hakeem Olajuwon, this in 1993, they went like 14-0, and they literally came back the next year with the exact same team.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
team, the year prior, was 58-24. They were just the best team in the league.
They had
Their record didn't matter.
Clyde, Kenny, Vernon Maxwell.
I hate that you said Kenny, but you do have to.
Yeah,
I mean, they have great depth. They do have great depth.
all right, that's just a really good team.
We're not going to treat them like they were the 2011 Mavs. That team was always considered to be really good.
Yeah.
Like he didn't. I don't like it. Like that one is like super out of context, because the old heads at the barbershop be like, the Rockets were a great team because they were. Like, their record, it was almost like if the Lakers were to get the 5 seed, it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, like the Lakers this year if they were healthy.
Yeah, like it just didn't matter. They were just the best team there, and they showed it. They had to battle back from being a low seed, but I mean, hell, they were what, 5? You don't even play the best team in the playoffs at the start. Like, so Cap, they were always better than the Jazz. Niggas knew that already.
Nigga, the team themselves knew that. They said that. They were like,
Then they faced an inexperienced Magic. Sounds like a dub to me.
All right. Let's move on.
Yes.
Move on. What are we
Did
on?
everybody say they're 6?
Who's at 6?
No.
Everybody.
Yeah, I said Bird.
Yeah,
I
y'all
said
said Bird, right?
Yeah. Larry.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Here's where it's gonna get
Yes, they hit
hectic.
it. Yeah, Zay.
Here's where it's about to get hectic.
I'm ready to set the streets ablaze.
Five is about to get crazy.
Yeah, I'll throw Bird at 6. Bird at 6.
They gonna hate.
Damn
it.
I think 5 should be consensus for everyone here.
My 5, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What the fuck?
Because
Don't you think that?
I battled with these two players, and I'm sorry, it's tough because so Kareem is. I always do this with myself. It's either 5 or 4. You know what? Fuck it. I ain't gonna go 5, even though personally I feel like he's 5. 5 is Shaq.
5 is also.
You the host of the podcast. Come on now.
Okay, I think 5 in my heart is Kareem simply because I just think Shaq is better than him. Or I think Shaq was his dominance outweighs Kareem's skill, even though Kareem was very dominant as well. But if we're gonna take away, if most people, because like people that are didn't really get to watch him play, we kind of hold like how Jacob said, I'm not putting Bill Russell on here and blah 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 because of when they played. Kareem's best seasons of his career was during that time. It wasn't very far removed from that time. The game wasn't that much different. So I just feel like if we're gonna say that for him, for all those other people, he has to get some degree of that. He doesn't just get to escape it.
Fuck.
That's what I think. It has nothing to do with his talent or what he didn't do. It just Kareem seems to be the one to escape you played in a league that wasn't too great, because he did play in a league that wasn't that good.
Because people see that he played with Magic.
And those were never his best years. Like, not one of those years.
The best player on those teams. Kareem was still fabulous, but Magic was still the best player on those teams.
See, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, but in terms of his best seasons compared to himself, it wasn't that. His best seasons came early in his career where the game was a little bit simpler.
Holy shit.
You gotta drop a.
It is storming like crazy out here. God damn.
You gotta drop the bar your grandfather says, eh?
What did he say?
The bar about Kareem.
Oh yeah, where
he might have not been the best on
he might not have been the best on his team. And
to
to
see
be
a
fair,
Wisconsin storm? You trying to see a Wisconsin storm?
yeah, sure.
Just gonna see nothing but beers flying around.
It's going crazy. But that's why I think I still put him 4 or 5. It's interchangeable. But I feel like if we're gonna use that tag, he has to get a little bit of that stigma. Not too much. But when you was averaging 38, 39, we know what time it was when you were doing that. You know what I'm saying? But he still did do most of his winning and most of his succeeding. Past that, where the league started to get, the difficulty of the league was very apparent, like the change of difficulty. But I'll put him 5 or 4. I guess I'll go 4 for. I think he's 5, by the way, but 4 is respectable for his accolades.
And his skyhooks.
So 5, I guess, is Shaquille O'Neal.
And 5 is Shaq.
5 is Kareem. He's 5. What did you? I'm surprised you don't agree, Jay.
I don't.
No one has ever been able to refute my point about that. I feel like people do this here. When you say Kareem played in like the late 60s, they be like, huh? And they don't acknowledge him until he start winning. He only had 1 ring prior to that too.
I'm not answering this, by the way.
Why?
No, because he's trying to say Kobe. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, no, Kobe. Like I said,
I got
Kobe top 5 is okay, but if he goes outside of that, you've lost your mind.
I got Kobe at 5. I'll admit it.
That's fine.
That's more greater than him. I just need. If you have Shaq, and we're talking.
You got Shaq above Kobe, man. Come on now.
Come on, man. Like, I understand.
Definitely Shaq. Him and Shaq were debatable. We love to say Shaq and him weren't able to 2003 cap. Kobe was putting up 28 points in 2001. So Shaq was only the best player on his team, arguably for a year.
I
Like,
just think though,
or unarguably for 1 year.
my thing is, I think from 90, literally like Shaq's second year in the league
To 2000, 1999 was how good he was when he was the best player and one of the best centers.
I think he was the best player in the league for like 4 years, and I think he has really underrated longevity. Like,
Yeah.
up until Boston, this man was still a top center at his position. Not the best center at his position, but still one of the best centers at his position.
Yeah, but let's kill the stigma that Kobe didn't get better than Shaq until he damn near left. Cap.
Yeah.
No, they were both. I think you could literally say they were 1 and 2 in the league for the entire time that they like were winning together.
And who you chose was who you chose. Shaq was not the consensus one.
And Kobe was neither. It was like you
Exactly.
picked.
That's why I feel like Shaq cannot be above him, because there was more time where Kobe was better than you were better than Kobe.
But I would say though, I do think that what Shaq did in Orlando and what Shaq did in Miami can't go unnoticed.
Yeah, Shaq rejuvenated him hell in Miami. I think that's fair. And Shaq in Orlando was just something nobody ever seen.
Yeah. Shaq in Orlando.
It's
God,
good.
yeah.
He got Jordan up out of there. They liked to. He came back from baseball. Then nobody asked that bald bastard to go play baseball.
Man, in 2000.
Jay Bridges, do that shit again. Jay Bridges, do that shit again. Yeah, say it like that. Pose for me. Do it one more time.
You don't have to do it again. Flight is gonna have that screenshot. Don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's somebody's new profile pic.
Yeah, Flight will get that. Trust. Flight is the king.
Yeah.
Of what?
Yeah. So 5 is.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna go close some windows up because it's storming right now.
Did your power just go out?
About to, I feel like.
Oh, okay.
Did Zay call somebody a fat bastard?
No, I called Jordan a bald bastard.
Oh.
All right, what are we at?
4.
Bad 4.
We're gonna speed through these because I know you got to go to work soon.
Yeah, I got it. Shaq.
Kareem.
Shaq. He's better.
Kareem the Dream. Stupid.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just because he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 MVP, 6 titles.
They called him Kareem the Dream?
No, that's why I said
my boy Luau Cinder.
it's Hakeem, stupid.
Yeah. His accolades speak for themselves. All that damn scoring he did.
His peak, fantastic.
Yeah.
Longevity, fantastic. It's Kareem.
It's just Kareem. Number 3, Kobe. I don't want to.
Bryant. I don't care
This
what
is where I have Kareem, but I
Kobe.
get 3 through 5. You can say anything. I don't care what you say. 3 through 5.
No, you can't say anything.
All
You
these
can
people.
you can say Kareem, but I'm not hearing Shaq. You can say Kareem.
All those people.
You can't say Shaq, but you can say Kareem or Kobe at 3, and I'm fine with you.
Kobe's not even top 10. Shut up. Shut up, bro.
If
Dead
you
homie, shut
say
up.
Kobe is not top 10, you are probably racist.
And real talk. And if you ever tell me that we overrate Kobe
Kevin.
because he passed away, if you ever tell me in my face that we overrate Kobe because he passed away, I will punch you in your mouth.
I will give you a sweet chin music into an RKO.
All of my life, when Kobe got good, Kobe was always either the first best player in the league or the second. He never dropped. He never was top 5. No. Tim Duncan wasn't better than that nigga, bro. He wasn't.
Not better.
Yeah.
T-Mac was not better than him. AI was not better than him.
No, Kobe was that dude.
Great peak. Great defensively. Great scorer.
OG makes a great point.
People will say Kobe doesn't pass. He still made opportunities for his teammates. Like,
and OG the Beast makes a great point. Shout out to OG the Beast. Can we rap? He said Kobe's the only player you could split the number change he had into 2 different careers as 2 different people, and he's still a Hall of Famer first ballot.
Both of those careers are just top 10 all time.
Period. So I don't understand
2
how
numbers that have top 10 all time value.
I'll never understand how he went from the next Jordan to not as good as Tim Duncan. I will never understand that. Like,
People are weird.
people are very weird. Respectfully, it's people under the age of 16 that just feel like this. Because if you would have came to any of our corresponding lunch tables and said Tim Duncan wasn't better than Kobe, you definitely would have got an apple juice to your face. Like, bro, you gotta go. What are you talking about? What is that? Damn.
Oh, I just doxed myself. Shit.
You definitely did. Well, you definitely showed people your area, but
hey, Park Takeover in northern Wisconsin. Let's run it.
Well, ain't nobody going to northern Wisconsin. So who's number 2? Uh-oh, here we go.
Jordan.
Yes, sir. Jordan.
Jordan. I mean, I have him 1A, 1B, but the 1B is Michael Jordan.
Cap with the 1A, 1B shit. Let's be real about it. He's number 2. Like, if you want to put him number 1, cool. 1A, 1B, I'm tired of saying shit. If you think he's the second best player, then that's what you think. He's number 2. Jordan, 2.
Second greatest player. The second best player is the person below him. But
Yeah. That's a totally different conversation.
Kobe's
It's a totally different conversation.
best player.
But number 1, I mean, we don't have to talk about Jordan. Six championships. There was no one had ever seen Jordan talent in their life. He looked like a damn alien out there. He was going crazy. He was jumping all above the rim.
He looked like an alien, but at number 1, we just have an alien.
Yeah, we just have an extraterrestrial being.
We just have an actual alien.
LeBron Acronian James. That guy is unbelievable. He's got the best longevity of any player ever to exist on the planet.
And for people saying that it's because of the story, I'm sorry that LeBron James was just on ESPN while Jeffrey wasn't good at basketball. I'm sorry.
He took the world by storm. He's one of the few players that he's had the most expectation of any player ever to exist and has lived up to everything that people thought he was supposed to be and more.
I mean, the man has yet to put up under 25.
The best peak of all time.
That man has not put up less than 25. Has 17 years. He's putting up 25 points per game. 17 years.
That's ridiculous.
That man is left-handed, and he has been destroying people with his right hand for 17 years.
Yeah, that is very true. He does everything in his normal life with his left hand.
He saw 3 rims. 3 he could not see.
But
come on.
He hit the league
when he was down 3-1. He's just the GOAT.
Yeah, there's nothing that LeBron cannot do. We keep saying, well, you can't do this. He does it. Well, you can't shoot. Well, here goes 40%. Well, you're not aggressive. Okay. Well,
you're not clutch. Let's just get a
money. That shit right now. He's just one of them. He's just the most clutch player ever.
Like LeBron isn't like that, dog.
He's damn near indestructible. We saw his leg fold. We saw his ankle fold. He comes back way earlier than he's supposed to and catches a one-hand lob above anyway.
And he was above the rim, and he could not see. He couldn't see.
Come on, man.
Jordan could see and never shot above 40%. Come on now.
That's fucked up.
Come on now. Come on.
Jordan, come on. LeBron is number 1. Y'all in the chat or in the comment section, leave y'all top 10. Argue with us all you want to. We are taking all the arguments. We're going to post these clips later. I'm going to post everybody's top 10 on Skill Over Legacy separately. I'm going to try to, it's going to be hard to do, but I'll probably post a lot of videos. I'm going to spam Skill Over Legacy. Like, I'm going to spam it today. Like, it's going to probably be like 10 or 12 videos that go up if I can.
And then we got to do hot takes.
Yeah, hot takes. And we want to do an all-time hot take? Since we're on all time.
We got to explain our last ones. The last episode we actually didn't explain.
Hey, what did I say? I
said KPJ is better than Karis LeVert, Darius Garland, and Colin Sexton.
Jesus. Golly.
Want to explain that?
The man it's going to be a terrible explanation, but he's just that good, bro. Like what can he not do? Like what does he like? There's nothing on the offensive end.
Food off the floor of a locker room.
Oh wow,
That's just rude.
you went there.
Hey, man, and then nobody asked him to throw his Popeyes across the locker room. Man.
But who's giving Drew Holiday 50?
Apparently, the same nigga who can't keep food off the floor. Nah, I love KPJ. Let me stop. That's my boy.
He's better than Karis LeVert. He's just like he hasn't had enough time. Well, Karis LeVert kind of had
Another pretty handsome fella. Pause.
Who? Karis LeVert?
KPJ.
Oh, KBJ's for sure.
KPJ just look like what's it called? Look like Jalen Green.
Yeah,
And yeah,
like older brother.
he definitely does.
And
He looks like if Jalen Green and Sharif Cooper were related, it would just be KB.
yeah. And he's better than
I don't remember mine. I just don't remember mine.
I remember mine.
I'll go. Mine was that. It sounds like now that he done said that, it sounds like this sex land slander. But I think both of them.
Who? You think he's better than both of them?
Like Kenyon Martin Jr.
Oh yeah.
So I think Kenyon Martin's better than both of them.
You think Kenyon Martin Jr. is better than Kevin Porter Jr.?
I said he's gonna be better than Sexland, Goofy.
Oh, you said both of them.
Sex
That's
Land's
two
just
people, nigga.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Darius Garland. I forgot.
You keep saying Sexland, and that shit that I've seen in our chat was probably the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, what do you mean?
They said send Colin Sexton to Miami. And some nigga commented and said, I can't wait to see butt sex.
Okay. Okay.
That shit is so Woo, that shit is hilarious. Whoever that is funny as hell. Oh my god.
That's funny.
Fuck. He said, I can't wait to see. That's crazy. And people are gonna start saying that shit on Twitter. I don't remember mine though.
I got mine. I said that the Sixers were going to be a 6 seed in the East. They are probably going to get – they got lucky with injuries this year. They're bringing back Ben Simmons. They're going to have contract issues. They have Doc Rivers as their fucking coach. I don't like their odds to return. Cam, what the fuck are you doing with your camera angle right now? I can't even see.
What?
Cam's just sitting there like this. He's like, hey.
Yeah, he definitely was just like that.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to be able to maintain the success they had. I think they're going to run into injury issues, especially with Joel Embiid. I think he's just going to have continued injury issues that he's had throughout his entire career. I don't know. I don't like this series. I think that every team's going to get better than them. I don't think that they're going to be able to make those moves. I don't think they want to make the moves. I think they're going to plateau. I think the Nets, Bucks, Hawks, Heat, and Celtics will all be better teams than the Sixers next year.
I don't remember what the fuck I said.
All right, let's run hot takes. Let's run it. Let's run
Run that shit. Fuck it. If I remember, I'll explain it in TikTok or something. I do not remember. Let's do all-time hot takes.
All-time hot takes. Okay.
I'll do all-time hot. This shouldn't be a hot take, but it will be, I guess. Russ, no, because that's a hot take, but people, it's not going to be for us, but it's going to be for everybody else. All-time Russell Westbrook is a top 5 point guard. He's 5. There's not 5 point guards better than him all time.
Okay.
Actually, who says that?
I don't like that.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. Because I can't think of one that's like a extremely.
I just can't. I'm sorry. You put them both in front of me, I would never pick Russell over Steve Nash. Never.
I would. As my best player, I love it, but if I have to choose a best player, that's how I take this. I have to choose a best player. Steve, you're just gonna have to get somebody better than Steve Nash.
I'm choosing a point guard. I'm not picking that nigga.
Russ is giving me the same amount of assists, and he's just more aggressive. I get that he misses a bunch of shots. Let's just get someone who makes a bunch of them.
All right, I'm ready. Luka will finish higher all time than Katie and stuff.
Mm.
He'll be the
He's gonna
second.
do a lot of winning.
He will be the second highest ranked player from our generation.
You know what? I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna switch my hot take. Jason Tatum will be considerably higher all time than Luka ever will be.
He's gonna win more.
Fuck.
Yeah, because he's gonna win more. Okay. If Luka stays on the Mavs, he's not gonna win a lot. And that's just the hard truth. They haven't won in hella long. They don't put players around people to win. They haven't done it in a while. People think they have, but they don't. He's not going to win there. He's going to have to leave. So, Tatum can win in Boston.
Okay. That's some hot takes.
Why? Cam, you got a hot take?
I'm trying to think of one.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kawhi, but he has a better top 10, 15 argument than a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people said I was tripping because I put Carmelo over him top 10 all time.
Yeah, you're tripping.
I just feel like longevity is the main reason. Kawhi just has to be the best an elite small forward for a lot longer time. He's only been an elite small forward for 4 years.
It's true.
We just can't give him top 10. He's been elite for this many years. Now, come on now. James Harden's been elite at his position more than him.
Kawhi's never been better than him.
Yeah. All right. Cameron Major.
I'm gonna do a young player. SGA. If he can win a lot.
No,
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that one. But SGA is probably
about that shit.
He's probably gonna finish. He's probably gonna hit top 10 if he goes to the right team and the Thunder don't completely, utterly fumble the bag. He's gonna finish top 10 all time.
Top 10 player?
Probably around there. If he can, he has to win though. It's if the Thunder literally just don't fumble the bag, and they win probably 3 championships, which I find. I don't know.
You think the Thunder's gonna lead the championship organization or championship team?
I mean, they got to the finals with Russ and KD. I mean, I just don't know.
I mean, they got to the finals with one of the best niggas ever.
They do build great teams, though, man. Lately, they build good teams.
They can build a championship team.
I just can't see Shea ever being – because think about the guys that are in the top 10 right now.
Shea's going to be a top 3-point guard.
No, he's going to have to be the best player in the league. Think about the guys that we talking about right now in our top 10s.
Respectfully, I don't think it's impossible that he can be the best player.
It's not impossible. He would – because the top 5 players in his league, I think, are going to be Luka and Tatum, and we know what type of time they're on. And then Trey, and then so he'd probably be top 15.
And I think saying he could be better than Trey is not hella out the park.
I could see that. I just can't see him being legacy wise.
Man, because you got to think with SGA, we're thinking 10, 11, 12 years into the future. Granted health. Yeah,
granted his
These
team.
Things can happen.
And we got to think about how many picks the Thunder has.
Hey, you.
They could really build the amount of picks they have. They're going to stumble upon something amazing. And Shea is already something amazing, so it's
yeah, no, I agree.
Able to win a few.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a shot in the dark, but you took it. And if you're right, that's going to be the coldest game winner ever. If you were right,
game,
because that's crazy. But that wraps it up for top 10 all-time skill over legacy list, things of that nature. You guys are ugly. No, I'm just playing. Y'all are ugly.
Man, Jay's had a rough day today.
No one's talking about y'all. I was talking about the comment section, but they're lovely. All the comment section is handsome, immaculate individuals. I was just being funny. We will be back soon, regularly uploading again. You know what I'm saying? Free Liam till it's backwards. I want y'all to say free Liam in the comments. He's not free.
Wait. In 2 days, he's out.
Yes, sir.
He said July 1st. 2 days. We are 2 days away.
And Liam will be back, the fan favorite. We miss you. Thanks for all the support. You know.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm.
Liam was my man. Pause.
He's
But
the fan favorite.
him being the fan favorite is racially motivated, and that's
Anyways, it can't be if he's Mark. It can't be.
He's Mark.
Exactly.
If he's Mark, it can't be.
He's
Mark.
racially motivated.
Mark is invited to the cookout apparently. So
And
he's awesome.
you invite the white guy to the cookout. I don't need the life of the cookout. He just there.
Anyway.
Liam's different. Liam's
Yeah.
different.
Anyway. Enough with Malcolm. Enough with Malcolm X Bridges. Enough of that.
Y'all treats him like the black. So
Right. Enough of reparations Bridges. Enough of that.
you know he's from Wakanda, so you know he feels a certain type of way.
That's just motivated, bro. Got it.
He's from the TI acclaimed.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, that's
Ooh, that's
fire.
not fire.
Hey, it's running.
We're gonna be back regularly uploading. We're gonna give you guys more interactive episodes, more top tens, more debates, start bench cuts now that the season's starting to come to an end. You know, of course, we're gonna talk about playoff games still, but those are kind of going as planned. So, you know, we're not gonna spend like whole episodes on that. We're gonna do start bench cuts. We're gonna get into player versus player debates. You know, and we're gonna have some fun with these upcoming episodes in this off season.
Casuals normally have stuff to talk about because they don't predict the playoffs, but
Yeah. We appreciate the fans. I get so many comments and so many messages about where's Skill Over Legacy. When are you guys coming back? We are back. We love you for waiting on us and really wanting these podcasts to come back. We're back regularly. Thanks for everything. Follow everybody on every social media. Rap Thoughts, Cam Major 0109. We Talk Hoops. J_J Bridges on TikTok. Follow my boys everywhere. Juice them up, and we out.